Hey guys, Cool Blind Boy back. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
And we're here with Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. We're last time on Major dressed up as the Laughing Man.
Dressed up?
Posed as.
Yeah.
Got him, the politician to... Not the politician, the guy...
Yakushima.
Yes, from Sereno Genomics.
Yeah.
To spill the beans a little bit. Which I assume... I don't know if this is all part of the Laughing Man's plan or not. She's got his memories. He said stay out of the way, which it seemed like she did not do that. So I don't know.
I mean, stay out of the way might be, posing as the Laughing Man and tracking down this guy while he's off doing something else. I mean, if he's not there, he's somewhere else doing stuff.
It's true.
So.
Maybe so. But they had a whole, cover of... It looked like it was the Laughing Man. No one really knew.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good stuff. I'm curious to see where it goes next. I think we only have this episode and one more in season 1, which I imagine all the Laughing Man stuff will wrap up.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes.
Haha.
It's all going to shit. At least Chief didn't betray them. He's trying to, he informed Major something like this might happen. Sent her an encoded message. Trying to get out. I don't know if the one guy was shot. We heard gunshots. The rest of them, it seems like just taken in for the most part.
What? They've probably talked about this before, but do you remember anything about the Special Forces bill and what sort of an effect it would have on them?
Not really. It seemed like something, they said that the one prime minister got basically the okay for this sort of secret police that they are.
From during the war.
So I imagine that it's just revoking that, basically. And now they're wanted for all this Laughing Man stuff, so they don't have any immunities for that, and they're probably going to get blamed. I'm not sure if the PM and the Ministry of Justice are in on it, or... Because he said, he was concerned about votes and things, and now was a bad time, and that there needed to be a win. So I guess
this is their win. Yeah,
I guess so. He said we'll deal with what's his name when the time comes, the guy who would testify. Is it Yakushima? Yakushima. But yeah, I guess that's what's happened, is that they pin most of the Laughing Man stuff on Section 9, and then they quietly take care of Yakushima. It's kind of what it seems like. So they need to leak this information that they have in order to, clear their names and take down the people involved at the top.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, even if you knock the top off the pyramid, it just...
Yeah, I don't know. We have one more episode of this. I think the Laughing Man is still going to be involved somehow. We don't really know what his plan is. If it's different than leaking this information.
What is the information you suppose they're leaking?
Well, it's secret files. So I think it's the truth about, the vaccine and how it was rejected in favor of the micro machines, and that the micro machines aren't really doing anything for it, and all these people were involved in this cover up.
Everybody that is taking advantage of it, and they know about it, keeping it secret.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much everything. But yeah, I have a hard time imagining that this all gets cleared up in time for season 2.
Yeah,
does season 2 have a Section 9? Do we follow them each separately?
Yeah, it's whenever I see heavy gunfire going down the corridor, I'm are they going to show us this corridor when they come back here? And I think is this going to be Section 9 again, or is this just now another office building?
Do we just follow the Major?
Maybe, I don't know. What do you think the Tachikomas are going to do?
Well, it's crazy that they sold them to auction. I assume that they're disarmed.
I mean, I don't think... Do you think they actually were sold at auction, or do you think they were placed with homes they could learn things in, basically?
I don't...
I mean, I can't think of a more
Maybe.
A place where you could literally ask any single person, like, tell me a story about your life, and they'll just keep going on and on and on and on forever.
I don't know.
You have great stories.
I hope that they're disarmed at the very least.
Well, I mean, they're disarmed of projectiles, but they're still giant robots that can shove people inside themselves.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. Good on that bartender for leaking that information. I assume he will.
Yeah, I think so. So just because Section 9 is on the books, they got caught by this bill, and because the Umibozu weren't on the books, are their actual kill squad.
Yep. They were pretty cool, though, I have to say.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Their mechs were cool.
Oh, the Hulkbusters. Especially with that, like, old, like, general in the background, just, like, angry about everything and yelling at people to be more careful and send in more and more.
It's just so scary for those things to just be completely invisible. I like that they call the Tachikomas think tanks.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Like, that's their civilian title.
Yeah, like, I thought that... like, when I think of a think tank, I think of, like, a room of smart people trying to problem solve.
Yeah.
I don't think of a tank that could think. That's pretty great.
I mean, the show is always gorgeous, but I thought this episode was especially gorgeous. Like, earlier, sometimes the CG cars didn't always look the best, but here, I thought it all looked really good.
That's funny, because I also had an impression about how, like, you know what, compared to, like, other, like, kind of cyberpunky settings that we've seen, I feel like the setting for this show shows kind of an almost idealized situation of high technology with a beautiful, still naturalistic part setting that's like, you've got clear air, apparently, like you can see out over the city. There's no, like, you know, dust clouds, smokestacks.
The only thing that's wrong is the politicians.
Yeah, the only thing that's gunking up the works are the dumb humans. I mean, we've obviously seen places where, like, there's still a homeless situation. There's still slums. There's apparently this huge field of falling apart buildings from the war that's really close by. I just wonder if there's, like, just
pockets against the darkness.
Circles of, like, just like this bomb fell here and that part of the city is just now an excluded zone.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And then we got a little bit of backstory on the Major's watch, which was to celebrate her last prosthetic body resizing.
Do you think as far as, like, growing up, or just she decided to change sizes? Or...
No, I imagine it was like, she was at her adult height or whatever. So there was no reason to...
How'd they decide that? Like, your brain has cycled this many times, therefore you're an adult.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious as to that. I'm curious as to who gave it to her.
Yeah.
She certainly seems very separated from her humanity. Like, she talks about her memories as if they're things that can just be wiped clean and, you know, started from fresh, basically. I can't wait to watch the next one.
Why did the chief get Togasa out of the hospital? Just to put him back in the hospital? Just to drive a car and get beat up and sit at a police headquarters?
Well, I don't think this was quite the plan. Like, I think plan A was convince the prime minister to do things. Like, I think everything went to shit very quickly. So I don't think this is...
I know, but, like...
the intended.
I'm surprised you just... Knowing the situation, like, the chief would have known about, like, the bill they're trying to push through and everything. Knowing the situation, it's like, you gotta know that the people in power are gonna try to twist everything to where it's the most beneficial for them. Even if it would still be beneficial and other people would still be happy, it has to be the most beneficial for them. So...
The saddest thing is, like, everyone else got the info from Major about the chief and his encrypted call, but Togasa didn't. So, like, Togasa really has no idea what's going on.
And he was in the freaking car with him.
Yeah.
It's like, you could just open your mouth and said something.
I'm sure there were like surveillance and things, but no, I just really want to watch the next one and see how it all ends.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Thank you guys so much for watching our reaction. We have one more left in season 1 of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, but I think we're heading directly into season 2, so make sure that you come and check that out by subscribing. We're trying to get to 1 million subscribers this year. You can help us. Push the button. You can do it.